Well, let's move forward in this podcast. Speaking of podcasts, and really put this one to bed and give it the attention it deserves for this quality show. We're gonna close it out with something we like to call the terrible twos. Well, it's the bottom line, but Michael calls it the terrible twos, so I like to say that to be inclusive of his.
I think we should just call this part of the show the part where Ryan and Mike bicker for 5 minutes.
Look how I just like watching the guest when we say this because they always go like, "Oh, it's getting intense in here.
What's happening?
Is this a bit or
am I being pranked or something?"
Anyway, the point is, it's the two final questions of the show, and it's the two most important. Number one, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate B positive? The pilot episode, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg.
Can I give it a 2? Yeah, 2. I give it a 2. Ryan, stop being distracted by your stray cat friend.
I muted myself. It's okay. Anyway.
2.
That's okay. Is that the lowest score you've ever given?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
This is the lowest score that I've ever given anything ever in my life.
Wow. You're angry. Sasha, what would you give the second episode, the first episode that you've seen of B positive, scale of 1 to 10?
Okay, I'm going to be positive.
Nice.
And I give it a solid 5.
Okay.
I think it's a good grade.
I'm going to give it a 4. And I'll tell you why. Was it funny? No. Isn't that what a sitcom or a comedy is supposed to be? Isn't that really the only prerequisite? Yes. Yeah. But hear me out.
Well, it's also supposed to be a situation.
Right. It's kind of a situation, but hear me out. Like I said before, I didn't dislike any of the characters. I didn't necessarily like them, but none of them really annoyed me or bothered me. It was quick. It was short. All the characters were fine. You know, the acting wasn't stellar, but nothing really like grated, against me really hard. So it gets points for not annoying me, an easily annoyed person. I get annoyed very quickly and very often with TV shows. And this one didn't really annoy me. I was just like, okay, well, it was likable. It was fine to have on in the background when you're gardening or something, but it's not quite a 5. So I'm giving her a 4. Now, this is it. This is really the only important question. For the purposes of this podcast, we had to watch an episode of B positive. Now that the podcast is over, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you watch the second episode of your own volition?
So even though I gave this a 2, I kind of let slip earlier that I would watch the second episode just because, number one, I want to be able to hate on it more. But number 2 is I am kind of interested to see the situation of being in a dialysis treatment center doing hemodialysis. Right. And I want to kind of see what kind of terrible, wrong things that they do to give him some kind of dialysis access immediately, which is totally false and doesn't work, I'm guessing. But yeah, probably, if anything, just to hate on it some more, but also because I'm slightly interested in seeing a sitcom inside of a hemodialysis treatment center. I have been inside of a hemodialysis treatment center. I did an interview of a young lady who also has a YouTube show, and so like she invited me to go into the dialysis treatment center with her while she was getting her dialysis to conduct the interview. So I have some knowledge of what I've never been on hemodialysis. Like I said, I've only done the peritoneal dialysis. But I am a little bit interested to see what that dynamic is going to be like. Sasha,
Well, that's good.
Now, would you watch the first episode?
Right. Just whatever would you watch another episode of this?
Yeah, I would
this
definitely
show?
watch the previous episode, especially now that I've heard so much about it. Now, I will watch it tonight, definitely. Yeah, I want to give it, but and after I watch this, I would probably give this show. Well, I mean, I liked it, so I will definitely give it a try. And again, I'm wondering where will it go? As they go. And I hope that all the Ryan suggestions will be considered.
Right.
Listen up, Chuck Lorre. We've got some changes that we want to make.
Exactly.
It's too late. It's already out.
Yeah, I got to tell something to the people and be positive. So, guys, one missed opportunity, the giant missed opportunity, two actually. One, Michael should be your consultant. And second, Ryan should be your head writer.
Nice.
There you go. And then you will go into the season 2. And I can do comedy too.
You can make the drug jokes for them. You could be like, "Hey, I was going to have that doobie for breakfast."
Absolutely. Yeah.
We like it. All right, that sounds good. Now, hopefully, it will get renewed for a season 2, and we can get these changes and get this train back on its tracks.
Yeah.
I will answer the question myself as well about the second episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to say no, because it didn't really give me any reason to want to watch the second. I guess simply speaking, didn't give me any reason to. The only reason I would watch the second episode is to support the show. But as for my own enjoyment, I wouldn't turn it off angrily. I wouldn't avoid it angrily. But I certainly wouldn't go out of my way to watch it of my own volition, because it's just not very good. But I liked it, as in I liked how easy it was to watch and how pleasant it was. And it was fine. It was fun. It was easy. It was simple. So I'm rooting for it, but that's for somebody else.
They got some work to do. Yeah.
Anyway, what else do we have, Mike? Is this the end? Is this when we,
Yeah, this is the end.
Farewell.
Let's say farewell for now.
Great. So if you guys want us to review a show, please be sure to say WTF and the show that you want us to review in the comments section below, not only in the live chat, but in the comments section, so it stays forever and we can see it. And I think that's about it. Give us a like and a subscription.
Like.
Yeah. Subscribe. Hit
Give
the
us
bell
a
icon.
subscribe. Unless you've already subscribed, then don't unsubscribe.
And as we always say on our podcast, and don't forget
to like the first.
To like, to subscribe, and to hit that bell button. So whatever. So you would find out whenever we post. The guys post a new show.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
We got to get you. We got to get you and Josh Sussman together, because you guys do a great job of selling it for us. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much. Thank you very much to Sasha Kerbal for joining us and for being such a pleasant light in this hour of darkness. And we'll see you all very soon. And don't forget what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg likes to say.
Don't forget to watch the first of things.
Sasha's like, I thought it was going to be something wise or funny.
No, sorry.
Anyway.
Where is the laugh track?